I'm going to do a spoiler just for the sake of the video and why I think this is interesting. I prize COLRESS Experiment. We both have pretty bad prizes. That's GLC. That's kind of water in general. I still get to 10 in the Lost Zone turn 2. And the real kicker, I only put 1 in the Lost Zone turn 1. Let's watch this replay. This is my Cyllene propaganda. So I'm on my lunch break and I just wanted to play some Twin Leaf. I go in here, I have the comfy start, I have the receiver so that way I can, try to look through stuff. I actually don't really have anything too big, but, being able to grab the Tropical Beach and fill up is nice. So that's cool. They're all set up because they went first and I skipped through that. It's whatever. But, they have a good water setup even though their prizing's kind of crap, which you can see there. 3 different lines. Not great, not great. Especially that Palafin. That's really what you want to see on the first side. Weeder's playing a really cool water deck. That is like a lo-fi kind of water, but you can still attack with some power hitters. Cool thing with water is as long as you're playing Octillery and Drizzle, you can do whatever you want. Alright, so here we go into the Buddy Buddy Poffin. We're going to pull out the Mysterious Tail Mew and the Banette. The Comfy goes into the 1. We had the Lost Splendor to get up to 4. And now Cyllene says, you know what? I'm going to Lost Zone 2 just like if I was a COLRESS Experiment. And then we can use the Unknown to draw right back into that Lost Splendor. Broken card, you see we're able to get rid of the Gengar. The card's kind of mid. I just play it because it's a backup. And I like having contingency plans. But the Bicycle refilled our hand. We get the Stadium Nav so that way we can get the Pokestop. And I wanted something to Lost Vacuum here, so that's why I did it. So I went with that in the Banette to get rid of the 10. So even if I get disrupted, I'm still at 10. My hand's kind of weak for when it gets disrupted, which, they have shady dealing, so I know it's probably going to. But I just wanted to make sure that no matter what happens, I get to 10. I think that's right. I mean, you can see the Guzmas in here. And again, I just assumed Inteleon was coming online. So I do think that's right. But of course, the Marnie will get played, which will narrow my hand down. I'm also at 20 cards in deck. Not bad for, having 2 turns. I can't state again. I got 9 in the Lost Zone in 1 turn without even having COLRESS Experiment in my deck. So I go Battle Compressor and Fall Crystal to thin out 4, because with this Comfy, I want to hit the Tulip or the Clara, and I do hit one. I also had Random Receiver, Trainer's Mail, I had a ton of outs, but it's nice when you just hit it raw. And then we're going to have Sableye just do its thing here. And this is where Lost Zone is the best, and why I like this version of Lost Zone the best. Because if you hit them before they evolve, like that Palafin, and the Basculin there, that's when you hit everything when it's still little. So I'm just ignoring the Inteleon. I say, I don't care. Eventually it'll hit into a Spell Tag or a Knuckle Punch Sandwich, whatever the heck that tool is called, and it'll be fine. Here I'm looking for more recovery and a switch. This is why I like the Mysterious Tail Mew, because it doesn't Lost Zone the cards and it looks for specifically what you want. So it's good even in the late game when you're past looking for a vacuum. And here I just hit the support. So load up the Frostmoth, they can scoop but net up that, and then they're just hurting themselves, so that's completely fine. I still have an Echoing Horn left, and they're just attacking with Inteleon, so I'm going to make sure they can't really set up anything, and I'm going to go for the recovery on the rescue stretcher here. Now they did Hex, I believe, this turn. Yeah, so I do have to take the turn off, and this is where Weeder has an out because it's 3-3, and this will make it 2-3, but you can see I have the Spell Tag there. And so I have a couple options where I could put it on the Frostmoth, except you can see the Scoop Up Net in his hand. So that could have taken out the Frostmoth, but I have a Hex in my hand myself. If I switch sides, you can see. So I'm going to promote Sableye, Hex to turn off the Frostmoth instead of knocking out the Snom, and then I'm just going to put the 120 straight on the Inteleon, which the problem with these kind of water decks is that they're all attacking based. They're all evolution attacking based. So he has just nothing he can respond to despite having a big hand, and nothing on him as a pilot. That's just sort of the weakness of this type of water. The lo-fi version is all the attackers are evolutions. So they're really more so than the weakness of that deck, I think, shows the strength of going fast with Lost Zone. And this is why I play Tropical Beach and why I play Cyllene. Anyway, here's the deck list. I circled the things that I think are notable. I've actually been playing it this way since Lost Origin came out. And so I think that helped because I don't have the bias of looking at some other lists. Of course, since then, I've looked at Tyler Matthews, HGHs, and some other excellent pilots. This is just the way I like it, and this gameplay shows why. So, give it a try. Let me know what you think. And I have some other gameplay linked below if you want to see it against other Psychic decks. Thanks. Bye.